to win Olympics, you are special for that distance and a dream. I mean, especially a country like Ethiopia. When you win Olympics, you are best of the best. My father and my parents, they didn't understand about sport, especially my father. He said to me, "Oh, man, don't do this kind of job. This is, just a kind of wasting time." If you are a farmer of Ethiopia, you have to work hard, which means the whole day busy in the field.
He was brought up on a farm in a rural part of Ethiopia, and I remember him telling me he stole his father's radio to go into the field and listen to his dad's radio because he wanted to listen to Mirit Yifter running the Olympics in 1980.
The Ethiopian long-distance runners, headed by Mirit Yifter.
When I was 7, I always think about this guy. I wish just to become like him.
He said to me, when I realized that Mirit Yifter was from Ethiopia as well, winning a gold medal in the Olympic Games, and I saw the reaction of people, how they behaved and how they wrote about him and talked about him and venerated him, he said, I decided then, that's what I want to be. I want to be an Olympic champion.
I met Haile Gebrselassie when he was 18 years old in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. He was different than other athletes because he was very open-minded.
Even when his English wasn't that good, he tried very hard to speak English, and now his English has gotten very good. And he always had this great gap-toothed grin. He still has the same gap-toothed grin. That hasn't changed. So there was always something very approachable about Haile Gebrselassie.
My father, the only time he realized athletics is good when I won a world championship in Stuttgart. It's not just because I won Stuttgart, but because of what I won. The car. We had no car before, and my father, when he saw that car, how possible this? From running? Yes, from running. Are you sure this is your car? Yeah, it's my car. Believe me. Wow. Keep it up.
Most important thing is he was not running for money. He's smart, he understands, don't think about short-term money, If you perform well, the money will follow, like in everything in life. And he understood that like nobody else.
Going into the Atlanta Olympics, Haile was a clear favourite, and he was everybody's favourite as well. He was the first athlete, in my experience, as a commentator, who stood on the start line and was smiling on the start line. And the diminutive figure against the tall figure of Paul Tergat, there was a rivalry between the two of them. It was Kenya versus Ethiopia.
I injured. By the time when I ran the semi-final, it was very hard.
Unlike most distance runners, Haile ran up on the balls of his feet. Each step must have hurt, and there are a lot of steps in 25 laps. When he finished that race, his feet looked like they were ground beef. He willed himself to win that.
Representing Ethiopia, Haile Gebrselassie.
My reaction, it was a tear. I was crying. I didn't know that when I was there. I didn't know how it came. For me, it looks because of a dream come true for me. I was dreaming this for many years. Since when I was 7, I'm telling you.
Silver medalist Paul Tergat.
Paul Tergat, was doing everything he possibly could to try and win a gold medal. He came along at a time when there was a man called Haile Gebrselassie.
Between me and Paul, it's a long rivalry. But one thing you don't forget, do you expect athletics so popular without? For Ethiopia, we need Kenyans. For Kenyan, they need us. This is a peace fight between the two countries. The best moment of my athletics career was Sydney 2000, between me and Paul Tergat. I can say, hey, did I win or not?
The interesting thing about Sydney in 2000 was that Haile was a little bit injured.
And actually, if Paul Tergat would have run the race from 96, Haile would not be the Olympic champion.
But he waited until the last 300 meters and he came to the front. Hey, come on, this guy. It was between life and death.
He won that race, and that, showed the lion mentality, the lion of Ethiopia. I mean, he never gave up.
It was one of the closest finish, 10,000 meters athletics.
10,000 meters in Sydney was so close that it was closer than either of the 100-meter races.
Haile was having injury problems. He was building up his business career. He'd won 2 Olympic gold medals, and he knew he'd met his match with Kenenisa Bekele.
You cannot keep 10,000, 5,000 meters forever. When you're getting slower, the others, they beat you easily. When you're getting older, you cannot keep the same speed what you used to have. I switched to the marathon. I brought a kind of a revolution for the marathon.
We look at 2 standards. One is winning major races. He won world championships at the 1,500, the 5, and the 10,000. And the other one is setting world records. And Haile did both of them. I don't see how you can not call Haile Gebrselassie the greatest distance runner of all time.
In total, 27 world record and 4 world championship outdoor, 5 for indoor, and 2 Olympic. Oh, I'm good. And now, different thing to do. I started with the Great North Run people, Brendan Foster and John Kane.
So I spoke to Miles Wickstead, who was the ambassador for Ethiopia. 3 of us got together and we launched the Great Ethiopian Run.
And thank you to the Great North Run to help found the Great Ethiopia Run. Now the Great Ethiopia Run is great. This year is going to be 42,000 people, the biggest in Africa. We closed this road for 4 hours. Why not? Let them enjoy.
Haile Gebrselassie, he is the one who inspired us to run.
He's a good runner and he's a strong man.
Slowly we are trying to bring more tourists to Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a country full of many things. Yeah, come. Right now I am doing many different business. I have a resort, hotel. The profitable one is a car business. The farm business, this is my favorite business, I'm telling you. Right now, I have over 1,800 employees in the company.
Haile is very important in the community, and he's been selected president of the Ethiopian Athletics Federation.
As a president of Ethiopian Athletics Federation, one of the main goals is to work seriously with the youngsters. And the other very important thing, zero tolerance against doping.
In my time in athletics, I've met some great athletes. Of all of them, Haile is the greatest. He was in many ways the greatest runner, in lots of ways the greatest personality. He's a great man of Africa, he's a great man of Ethiopia. He could end up president of the country.